2025 is the year of moving the goalposts. Yes, moving the goalposts. I don't know if Young Thug knows that we can see him, but we can. The saga continues. Yeah, man. Yo, your man Thug, all the way out of pocket. Let's just start, before we go into the diss song and all of that, let's just start with the fact that I said this maybe 3 weeks ago. One thing that I've learned about the media is that the white man's ice is colder. Yes, the white man's ice is colder. That GQ interview did nothing for me as a Thugger fan, did nothing for me. You want to know why? Because we didn't get no real conversation to talk. We didn't get none of that. I would have rather he just went straight to big facts. The GQ is the look. GQ. I said that 3 weeks ago. People told me I was bugging, but now Thug is doing an interview with Big Bank from the Big Facts podcast, but he's doing it directly with Big Bank on his platform Perspectives. The mark that they missing is they talking about they putting it out Monday. Nigga, who care about Monday, bro? We need that shit now. Like, let's just be 100. We need to know what's going on right now, right? We need to know what's going on right now. Another thing, Thug had, some stuff to say about Andre 3000 and J. Cole and collaborating. First of all, J. Cole gave Thug London. J. Cole executive produced So Much Fun, which is arguably, I don't think it's even arguably, it is Thug's best body of work. It's his best album. If you don't listen to Thug, you ain't gonna like it anyway. So don't even try to argue me in the comments. You don't listen to Thug, you won't like So Far Gone because you don't like him. But that is his best body of work. He talked about Andre 3000 and about Andre 3000 putting people on or not and what he's done for people. And he's like, he puts out a song, he can't even go top 50 right now. Listen, brother, Andre 3000 has sold millions of records, diamond albums when people were still buying physical, not just sitting around stream farming or paying 50K to get extra streams. Yeah, because you said that, right? Now, this shit is just out of pocket. Because at what point, man, at what point do we start to recognize it, or what point was he going to start reading the room? Andre 3000 is finding peace with what he wants to do. Now, do we all want to hear Andre 3000 rap? Absolutely. Andre 3000 did an interview. He said, man, I ain't got no raps at my age. I don't got no raps. He's doing flute instrumentation music and all that. That's what he wants to do. As selfish and as entitled as we are as a fan base, as consumers, you want to know why he could do that? Is because that's what's keeping him sane. That's the path that he's on, and goddamn if anybody could take that from him. So when Thug started talking about he can't even go top 50, like, do you know who Andre 3000? Do you know what Outkast is? One thing I say about Atlanta is that y'all have never been held to the standards of the people that came before you. See, in New York, you're only judged by how good you are compared to Biggie, even though Biggie been passed away for damn near 30 years. You only compared to Jay-Z, even though Jay-Z ain't dropped the album damn near 10 years ago. So people from other regions don't have that pressure of having to step up to the plate to a certain extent or carry on with somebody left. Atlanta, y'all get to do new sounds, y'all get to do new vision, new all types of stuff. You don't have to come out wearing big long tees and snap music because y'all changed during y'all eras. But I am so disappointed to hear Thug talk about Andre 3000 in that manner. Just off the simple fact of the heavy lifting he's done. Just off the simple fact that he did an album called The Love Below. You know what I'm saying? And if he didn't dress the way he was, you wouldn't be able to dress the way you dress. Let's just put that out there. If Andre 3000 wasn't wearing the clothes he was wearing and slim cut of Calhoun's, it's all right, girl, it's okay. If he wasn't doing the weird shit, none of the weird shit that you did in your career would be accepted where you're from. Because while Andre 3000 was dressing the way he was dressing, he still was rapping at a high level. He still was rapping at a level where people could not compete with him. And he's still arguably one of the best rappers to ever live. That's my rant about Andre 3000. But let's talk about why we're here today. We're here today because I said, not because I said, but I did say that you might as well just diss niggas, right? Like, cause you keep subbing and putting up tweets and all of that. You might as well diss niggas. Let's take a flashback of 3 weeks ago when I said this. Get at him. Now, I'm not gonna say that y'all trying to get at him in the streets. By no means does this channel support any type of violence, or any type of ignorance to that level. But I'd be goddamn if I don't want to hear y'all niggas talk about one another. I'd be damned if I don't want to hear y'all talk about one another, because guess what? The storyline is in. They say be careful what you wish for. I wish for it, and we got it. The storyline is in though. Let's just be 100. Like we've been covering the YSL saga for the past week. You know what I'm saying? And salute to all of y'all that's been tuning into the content. But Thug finally dropped a diss record to all of them. Let's just go through the intro, and then I'm going to tell you how I feel about this song after I play the intro and a portion of the verse. In Chinese culture, this year, 2025, is actually the year of the snake. Kind of fits the narrative of what's going on. Being that, you know, words have power. You speak about things and they happen, they become things, right? And I'm not talking about myself, but Thug has called himself a snake and slimy and greasy and all of this for so long. And his explanation was because the snake is the only thing that's lowest to the ground. That was his explanation for being a snake. 2025 is the year of the snake. Now, what's crazy about this intro, what's insane about this intro is, and is going to continue to be, brother, you cannot for 1 second think that it's okay for you to go to a precinct and speak for 2 hours and say, if y'all want to know anything, here's my number, just don't tell the world. And then call out all of these other people and say, but y'all are wrong because I was trying to get my man up out of there. There's nothing you could have done. There's nothing you could have done. It would have been better to blame his actions on his ignorance, on him just saying, yo, I didn't know how things go. But the problem is right now, currently, Thug is not realizing that he's no longer him, or he's not him right now. He's not realizing it. He's tripling and doubling and quadrupling down on all of the shit that he got to say, not knowing how much it's affecting his brand. Bro, I don't know who can help with this level of damage control. I don't know who can help with this level of damage control, this level of not being aware, this level of not accepting that you need to sit your ass down and just be quiet. For everything that we've heard on them calls, it's only been about 10. He was locked up for damn near 3 years. Do y'all realize, man? Do y'all realize what's going on? Not only by, you know what I mean? Not only by him, like this, it is changing and reshaping the Atlanta hip hop scene. Not Atlanta in its whole, but the Atlanta hip hop scene, which I feel there is no hip hop scene here. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that people aren't successful. When I say hip hop scene, there isn't a place you can go enjoy hip hop that isn't just a strip club down here. You can't go anywhere where you can find and discover new artists. New artists can't perform anywhere because new artists everywhere are beefing with one another. This town, this side, people who stand on this, people who stand on that. It just, shit is not mixing right now. It's not. But the lack of self-awareness that this man has is uncanny. I know that the uncanny, this shit is uncanny. It's uncanny. Bro, how many times can you jump out of a plane with no parachute and thinking if I aim for the water, I'll be safe? How many times? It's only been a week. It's only been a week. Now, let's listen to a little bit of the song. Let's listen to a little bit of it. The biggest problem with this song is that it's fucking trash. And that's just it. We accepting songs from anybody and everybody. Let's not get it twisted. We're not going to sit here and pretend or fake like we don't want to hear nobody diss. The whole last year proved that. We definitely want to hear people diss. We definitely want to hear people get at people. But yeah, talk about reaching for the stars. You know what I mean? Reaching for the, how you say? Shooting for the moon. Shooting for the moon. If you miss, you still amongst the stars, but you don't even get out the atmosphere. You don't even get out the atmosphere, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Let me give y'all an assessment of what I think Young Thug should do or should have done prior to this. I think that currently Young Thug has ruined his reputation as an artist because Thug had, before he went to prison or jail, the county, he had found a distinction to make records, right? Like he was on a bit of a roll of making records that was moving, being on features. And we watched the Call of Duty, the Call of Duty spot that he was in. The cover of Billboard, him and Gunna, they had finally reached the peak. And he's so burnt up about what he went through, he can't control his anger. That's one. Anger strings. You know what I mean? Like, he's on the strings of anger. That's a puppet. You know what I mean? Like, the puppet master is playing with them strings. But the puppet master is the ego. His ego is controlling him right now. His ego is kicking his ass right now because he could not understand how could all of these do all of this. The best information he got was from Savage saying, what's that going to do? Like, what do you plan to accomplish by just saying fuck him? Like, what are you going to get out of that? Because now he's in a point where he's ruining his brand. Literally, man. Like, Thug, when niggas is up, he got money, he just came home. He feel like he ain't missing no meals. You know, when he was on Baby record, he said, feel like he wasn't even locked up for real. Man, let's go back to what he should have done. I don't know why people don't like to stay low. I don't know why people don't understand that Twitter, that internet, he doesn't understand how the internet works. Because everything he's done has been on the internet. He doesn't understand how the internet works because it's constantly been working against him. No matter what you say, it's constantly working against you because during the whole trial that y'all was facing, while you was doing it in real time, the internet was watching and saying how dumb and stupid it was. Not only the theatrics that was happening in the courtroom, but the whole case in its totality. Now, Thug is not a victim. He copped the charges, meaning that he admitted his wrongdoing in the situation. You know what I'm saying? He admitted his wrongdoing in the situation. That room for redemption that I talked about to y'all on the last episode could have been had when he came home by really doing the work to fix shit that's going on in Atlanta. Because it's not just him that's going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're on some music tip. The streets is nasty everywhere. The streets is nasty everywhere. And there's so much work that he could have done to rebrand and fix himself. But the thing is, brother, you knocking at penitentiary's door, my nigga. You're knocking at penitentiary's door. You want to know why? You are on probation for 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. My youngest kid is going to be an adult by the time he's off of it. Wait, he is on probation for a very, very long time. And yes, he can rap about what he want to rap about. But what does that incite? What does that incite? See, you got a lot of stuff to lose, my nigga. And you almost lost it all. You got a lot to lose. But all you doing is spitting in the face of everything you just went through to prove that you can't be F with, that you don't play. That's all you doing right now, brother. You spitting directly in the face of the judicial system that gave you a break, even though that break is bullshit. You spitting in the face of that. You giving them more reasons to put the magnifying glass back on you and everybody involved. For what? That song? Come on, bro. You should have came with a hit. You wanted to show that niggas is you better than niggas and all of that, and they rats and all. You should have came with a bona fide hit record and another one and went on tour and did whatever you was doing with your girl and been staying in that space of that pocket. Notice that when Gucci Mane came home that last time, because he called himself LaFleur on here, but when Gucci Mane came home that last time, he switched. You know what I'm saying? To be him then, to be him now, you had to be him then. You have to change. You got to change. You can't stay on the same bullshit you once was on. And y'all are not as young as you used to be. You're not young thug no more. You know what I'm saying? You getting older. You getting older, bro. You getting older, man. You got to wisen up and make better decisions. But this whole, what? Bro, if I'm gonna, I'm dying laughing. If I'm gonna, I'm dying laughing. Anybody could feel however they want about Gunna. If I'm gonna, I'm dying laughing. I'm cracking up. While he's over here building through fitness and wealth and philanthropy, you over here running around, you a rat, you a rat, you a rat, you a rat. And the fans do not care. Because you can't be, if you're doing this for the streets, man, you're definitely doing it for all the wrong reasons, because the streets don't, listen. People talk about streets is dead, streets is done. Streets always been done. How many of y'all watch my channel, y'all dad's been in prison y'all whole life? How many of y'all moms been in prison? How many of y'all done been to prison? Streets was never cool. It's a means of survival due to the circumstances of where we're born at and some of the things we're faced while we have lack of resources and information and knowledge. But y'all niggas want to play. Bro, if you gonna make a diss song, it at least gotta be dope. That shit was trash. Beat is trash. Delivery is trash. Bars is trash. You could have done better. You could have made some hits. I don't know what to say about Thug. We're gonna see what happens on this, you know what I mean? We're gonna see what happens on this interview on Monday and see how that goes. Listen, the DBZ YSL saga continues. This is I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. Catch you on the next one. Peace.